Welcome to Traveler's Tales. I am your host, Greg Alonzo. Today I will be your guide through history as we take a look at your questions and comments from part 1 of Warrior Queens of Antiquity. Before we begin, just a reminder that we post new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Don't forget to hit the little bell icon to be notified each time we post new videos. Moving right along. Our first question is from Kit. She wants to know how the Romans were able to defeat Boudica and her people so handily after initially losing London. Well, Kit, keep in mind that back in antiquity, the Romans were a professional fighting force and no other army was as well trained. I would also add that though the Britons had united, these tribes had no concept of working together in unison as a combat-ready strike force. Not forgetting that at times they were fighting against each other. For all intents and purposes, though fierce, they were just an angry mob. Our next question is from Helga. She asks, Illyria is in which modern country? Good question, Helga. Illyria is today's modern Albania. However, keep in mind that the borders of these ancient kingdoms were not precisely those of today. I would also add that in antiquity, Illyria was a prominent maritime kingdom. Our next question is from Rodrigo. He goes on to ask, with the obvious might of Rome, why was Queen Tatua foolish enough to think that Illyria could stand up to Rome? Well, Rodrigo, let's not forget that Rome was not yet a sea power. Rome was also fighting for its survival against the Carthaginians in the Punic Wars. Moving right along, next we have a question from Andy. He says that the Balkans have throughout history been a hotbed for wars and insurrection, and only under Tito was the region united and formed the country of Yugoslavia. Andy, you are quite correct. I think that the mistake people make is that since the various peoples of the Balkans are Slavs, they should be united into one country. Keep in mind that these are fiercely proud and independent people who love their freedom. In my opinion, self-determination is of the utmost importance to many peoples, especially for the Slavs of the Balkans. Next we have another comment. This one is from Deidre. She goes on to say that we have been taught to believe that women are the weaker sex. We were also led to believe that in ancient times, women were nothing more than the property of their fathers, and after marriage, the property of their husbands. It is so refreshing that this channel discusses strong women who were warrior queens and the powerful kingdom of the Amazons. Deidre, thank you for your kind words. I, for one, believe that women are the equal of men and in many instances have proven to be better leaders. Rest assured that we share many such stories in upcoming episodes. Let's press on. Next we have a question from Theo. Theo wants to know if Legio IX was stationed in Hispania, and how was it that they were so handily defeated by Queen Boudica? Yes, Theo, you are absolutely correct. However, the Ninth has a long history of serving in various campaigns throughout Rome's history. Also keep in mind that the force of the Romans that were defeated by Boudica was only a small detachment from Legio IX. Next we have a question from Dennis. He wants to know if Legio IX is the same legion that up and disappeared. Yes, Dennis, much speculation surrounds the eventual fate of this legion. One theory is that the legion was wiped out in action in northern Britain. However, many modern scholars believe that the Ninth was moved to Nijmegen, today's Netherlands. A third theory contends that the Ninth was eventually destroyed in later conflicts of the 2nd century. It has been suggested that this happened in the Barkovka revolt or the Marcus Aurelius's wars against Parthia. Our next question is from Hector. He asks, what kind of boats did the Illyrians have that they could so easily disrupt trade. Hector, the Illyrians had small boats called lembas. The lembas could carry up to 50 men who were adept at rowing. This was most important because the lembas had no sails. This made it easy for the pirates to row alongside the slow-moving merchant ships, board them, and take what they wanted. After that, they would then row into small sea inlets and safely out of sight from everyone. Let's see, we still have time for a couple more questions. This one is from Amanda. She asks, what are letters of marque? Amanda, excellent question. During the age of sail, letters of marque were a government license that authorized a private person to attack and capture vessels of a nation at war with the issuer, who also received a percentage of the booty. Okay, our last question is from Adam, and he asks, what is the difference between pirates, privateers, and corsairs? Well, Adam, not as difficult as you might think. Pirates work for themselves. They are also outside the law and not particular from whom they plunder. Privateers have been issued letters of marque from their government, in essence giving them a license to steal. As for the corsairs, this name was given to the Berber pirates of the Barbary coast. It was common usage among the Ottoman Turks and the French. This brings us to the end of part 2 of Warrior Queens of Antiquity. As a reminder, we post new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Don't forget to hit the little bell icon to be notified each time we post new videos. For your convenience, we have also posted our email address and Instagram information. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to our channel. This is really the best way to help our channel grow. Thank you for joining us on this edition of Traveler's Tales. Traveler's Tales will return with Thutmose III, the Napoleon of Egypt. Cartistos.